Morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kevin Duncan with the Bricklayers ADC and the president of the Middlesex County Building Trades. I do thank you all for joining us for this ceremony today. We're gathered here to recognize Juanito Tip Jones, an old friend of mine, of Labor's Local 77, for his selfless and courageous act of performing CPR on Carl Jones of Bricklayers Local 4 in his time of dire need. On behalf of the bricklayers, laborers, and myself, we can never thank Tip enough for his heroic efforts. I'd also like to thank Terminal Construction's president and CEO, Don Danello, and project superintendent, Dawn Lucas, for their compassion and generosity. At this time, I'd like to introduce my friend, a friend to all the working people in the building trades of Middlesex County, the Honorable Mayor Helman Cava of the City of Perth Amboy.
Thank you, Kevin, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for gathering here today to recognize Juancito Tip Jones in recognition of his selfless and courageous act of rendering life-saving aid to another co-worker in a time of need on November 7, 2022, which resulted in saving a life. First and foremost, I want to acknowledge SDA members that are here today, and also our directors from the City of Perth Amboy that are here today. Thank you. Thank you to Manny Da Silva, Chief Executive Officer, New Jersey SDA, Joe Loreculi, hope I pronounced it right, from the SDA, also Mark Conti, Director of Safety, Edith Mayer, Director of Communication, SDA, Scarlett Maysky, Director of Legislative Affairs, New Jersey SDA, also to our Fire Chief, Captain, and Directors of our City of Perth Amboy. Thank you for being here. Ordinary people can do extraordinary things when they have the skills, confidence, and bravery to step up and help another in need. In this case, Tip saw his co-workers in distress on the third floor masonry scaffold and came to his aid. He kept his co-worker safe, holding him in place so that he wouldn't fall until our city's first responders arrived. Once they arrived on the scene and began making their way to the third floor, they performed CPR. I want to recognize once again our first responders who had climbed onto the scaffolding approximately 8 to 9 feet above the concrete floor and started patient care. Once enough people were on the scene to move the co-worker safely, he was lowered to the floor where care was resumed. Compression continued when he began breathing independently after the second or third round on the AED. Our officers and fire remained at the scene. They assisted with holding the IV bags and lifting the patient, who was lowered to the ground level with the help of other co-workers, and transported to our local hospital, Robertson Bay Medical Center. I want to thank Mr. Carl Johnson for allowing us to share this story and all that rallied around him to bring him to safety. Demonstrating what was described as quickness, readiness, and composure saved Mr. Johnson's life. Tip's effort made a big difference for Mr. Johnson that day, as well as to his friends, family, and co-workers who love and depend on him. And for his quick, responsive effort that saved his life, I asked Tip to join me in recognition of your extraordinary personal action. Thank you. It also is a reminder to all of us how CPR is a vital emergency procedure that saves lives. And we all commend Tip for stepping up to the plate and helping to save Mr. Johnson's life. This recognition is a small token of our way of saying thank you for performing the heroic act of CPR, a critical link in the chain of survival, and recognizing the everyday heroes of our police and fire who help save lives. We're also happy to honor anyone who has assisted in any part of the city's chain of survival, regardless of training or outcome. Once again, thank you for performing the heroic act of CPR on the co-worker, Mr. Carl Johnson. You remind us that we don't have to wear a cape or possess superpowers to make the world a better place. There's no telling, yes. There's no telling when cardiac emergency will happen. With the ability to administer CPR and other life-saving techniques, anyone, regardless of age or background, can help reduce the loss of life. So once again, thank you for being an everyday hero and for saving a life. Once again, it is my honor to present this memorial citation in recognition of your selfless and courageous act of rendering life-saving aid to Mr. Carl Johnson in a time of need. I also want to present this plaque to you. And once again, in recognition of your extraordinary act. Thank you. Carl Johnson. Carl Johnson here, who I'm sure is very grateful for Tip, our first responders, and all of you.
I just would like to thank the building trades for giving me the opportunity to learn CPR and help other people. And, you know, it's an important thing to learn, and I'm just glad I learned it from the building trades.
How y'all doing? I just want to say thank you for everybody that was around me, especially this gentleman right here. I appreciate the first responders and everyone. It was pretty rough, and I want to just thank everybody, and y'all enjoy y'all.
Thank you. And our fire chief, Chief Mullen, he wants to share a few words as well. Chief?
Good afternoon, everybody, and I just want to say thank you to Tip, honorary first responder here today. And where's Carl? I just want to say our prayers are with you as he makes his recovery. I just met him today, but you know, he has 4 children and his wife here. So just the story of an early CPR. You know, you had one of your workers see something happen. They called 911 right away, and they were able to do chest compressions. We saw that at the Buffalo Bills game. Early CPR saved Damar Hanlon's life, just like they saved Carl's life here as the first responders got here. So when we got here, chest compressions were already underway. The police department put their AED on. Firefighters got up to the 3rd floor to continue CPR, to shock Carl at least 3 times, while our EMTs and paramedics from Hackensack Meridian Health got here. So it was a team effort. And since he was up on the 3rd floor, we had to use our technical rescue team to package him, and then it's your crane worker that hooked the boom up to him to safely lower him down to the ground. So it's a team effort between all the union workers here, all the laborers here, all our city's first responders, our partners at the medical center, but the whole system works. And this is just a testament to how you could save lives. So just please, if you have time, a couple hours, you can learn CPR, and you could save a life one day. So just great job to Tip, everybody here. You know, thank you to our mayor and our administration for investing in our first responders so we can work with you to make sure our community, all our workers, all the job sites here are safe. But great job, Tip, and I'm glad you're here, Carl.
Thank you once again to our brothers and sisters, union trade, also to the leader here, Kevin Duncan. Thank you for your efforts, and also to make sure that our union brothers and sisters are trained with CPR and other safety procedures. Also to the SDA, once again, thank you for being here. This is a great partnership. This is going to be one of the largest schools in the entire state, one of the most expensive in the nation. So Thank you all. Thank you for the work that you do. It definitely shows. This school is moving along, and I believe it's going to be ready way ahead of schedule. So that's a testament to your hard work. So thank you.
Hey guys, you guys all know me. I'm out there every day yelling at you, telling you to do things right. I just want you guys all to go home the same way you got here. Thank the fire department, the first responders, TIP, especially the building trades who offer the CPR training. Take the training. It can happen to any one of us anytime. You might save a family member. You might save a coworker, a friend, or a stranger. Be the guy who steps up like Tip did. Thanks a lot.